yourselves. Okay? All of you, give yourself a real strong clap. Because what you are doing is what humanity must shift to. We must all be caretakers of each other. That's why we're here. I visited the juvenile system years ago, came into the system to do a workshop, and I noticed that the spiral circle hair children had nothing. They were not allowing them to bring in products, they couldn't bring in hairpins, they couldn't bring in combs, they couldn't bring anything in. But the other children that had hair that was different, that was straight, they were able to visit the judge and look same. These babies with spiral hair visit the judge and they looked unkempt. So this is very important and it touches my heart. This is amazing. When I was younger, and I was speaking with one of the caretakers here, we were always told that your hair is your glory. That's what comes out of our culture. Your hair is the biggest thing, the tallest thing that grows like trees that's connected to the Spirit of God. And so we always said, even in Africa, if your hair was unkempt, you were considered insane. They're going crazy. When your hair was beautiful and you could see the beauty, the light, and you could feel that energy, it gave you life. That's what we're doing. We're creating life. Those that are not able to take care of themselves, they want to be able to feel that they are looking pretty. Then the people won't feel like you're caring for them. So now this continued education is teaching us how to blend the energies of all textures of hair together and understand how our patients are in so much need of us knowing when to put certain products on the hair. What type of product are you putting on the hair? When and how to shampoo someone's hair that may feel like, I don't feel clean. Can you just shampoo my hair? So I want to demonstrate a couple of these things, but I want to first say to you, there are only 3 types of hair on the planet. Can somebody tell me what 3 types of hair there are? Anybody? Just anybody. 3 types of hair.
Straight, curly, kinky.
Straight, and if we were looking at ethnicity, what would we call the straight? Okay, European or Caucasian. What's the other one? Asian, because I know you probably wouldn't want to get that right. And then the third one is Afro. Afro. Those are the only 3 types of hair. So the Afro hair is the hair that gave birth to all the hairs. All the hairs on the head. Afro hair. But the Afro hair is the most oppressed hair. It's the one that's less, is the least understood. So we want to talk about how to work with curly, spirally, I call it circling, textured hair, without using products that are not compatible. So in your continued education, you want to find out from your patients what products are you allergic to. A lot of people are allergic to certain oils and don't even know it. So like coconut oil is not for everyone, but people don't know that. There's another heavy jojoba oil. It's not for everyone. But when you look at the strands of hair, you can tell immediately whether it's has a hair with a lot of density or whether it's very soft, textured hair. I make what is called, like, you can smell this. So everything you use on the head, because we know that the head is very sacred. Okay, it's the closest thing to the divine spirit. So this is an orange oil mixed with water, and then it has cinnamon, orange. You gotta smell it. It's amazing. You know, you can just kind of let people smell it. Cinnamon, orange, cloves, and I don't think there's any all the honey. You can use that. You can make up your own concoction. Anything that you can eat, you should be able to use it on your. So I also think that it's important that we use everything from nature. The lime is really good to detox the scalp. So if your client or your patient has a lot of dandruff, lime. Just rub the scalp with lime. Sometimes you dip the lime into salt and you clean the scalp with lime and salt. It helps to open up the pores and it gets rid of the dandruff. I have here a leave-in conditioner shampoo, so you don't have to rinse this out. So if they are bedridden and they can't get up, you can use this, and I can show you how to use this. If they have locks, you can use this to clean their scalps. But if you just want to keep it simple, you just use something that you can eat. I say, if you can't eat the products, like, you shouldn't use the products. Think it's good, but read the first 3 ingredients, and that'll tell you everything about the products. This is all about healing through the hair. I had a lady that come in that had Caucasian hair, or European hair, or straight hair, and she hadn't been doing anything to her hair. Now, she's never seen this before, and she never knew that her hair could mat up. Anybody's hair can mat up. So if your patient's hair is matted, try to use something very sharp. Like I use my tightening tool. Like, it's not a pointed sharpness, but it's sharp enough just to go through the strands. And you spray just water. And she said that she thought the water was making it mat up more, but it was the products. It was the products mixed with the water. So water is good. It's your number one what? Water is your number one what?
Moisturizer?
Who said that? That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Number one moisturizer. It's just the feel.
This is a magnet story, personally. Here.
I don't use a comb in my business. No combs. I have the African parting tool that I use to part with, but me and combs, I let them go free. I'm a Black mother, a Black woman entrepreneur. I grew up in the projects on the other side of the railroad tracks, where it wasn't popular to leave the railroad tracks. And you surely couldn't leave the railroad tracks looking like this. You couldn't have no locks, you couldn't have braids, you couldn't have afros. You had to have your hair straight. It had to be straight and slick and straight. So my mother was really, really adamant about how we approached society. So she made sure that we looked very pretty, prettiest dresses, straightest hair. But in the community, we could braid and twist and lock, and everybody would be on the front porch braiding and locking and twisting hair. It was so much fun. We didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot, but we had a lot of love. There was a lot of unity. We were like Go next door, they have some eggs. Oh, we need some sugar. Go over there to Miss Mary's and get some sugar. Everybody was collectively pulling together to keep the community strong. It was so much love. We had our own informal economy in the hood. Our own informal economy. We had the snow cone lady, we had the ice cream lady, we had the lemonade stands, we had, you could go get you your barbecue or whatever you needed. You could even get clothes made right there in the projects. I'm very proud of who I am. My children didn't have the kind of experience that I had. My 5 children are very beautiful children. They had to suffer with me doing my stand up for justice against the state of Texas. 7 cops came into my salon one evening and said I was under arrest for braiding hair in Texas. It was against the law in Texas to braid hair in your home. I didn't know that because I was already braiding in my home for 10 years. I had no clue. But when they arrested me in front of my clients, in front of the entire community, took me to jail, I couldn't believe it. I said, I'm going to jail for braiding hair. This is what I've always done. I grew up braiding hair. It's like, yes, you are violating Texas law. It is against the law to braid hair without a cosmetology license. I said, nobody told me that. So anyway, I went to jail, got thrown in jail, fingerprinted, strip searched, handcuffed, put in a cell with some ladies and people. And so they got me out. It was so embarrassing. That was so humiliating. They got out. I had a full-fledged trial. They put me on trial. And they said, we find you guilty for braiding hair because the brushes you use contain lice. I said, what? We don't use brushes. Okay, so I had to fight for my right to braid and lock and twist hair in Texas as an ancestral priestess. I had to leave my kids and not be at football games and different things that they were doing because I was in court for 20 years to fight for our right to twist, lock, and braid hair in the state of Texas.